I was just thinking it this morning.
If I can lift you up now, just to get that out of the way.
That hurt me.
At City Hall. And this torch is going to be representing what we're doing here. It's going to be passed throughout all the 491 towns and cities that we're going to be going across in the next 527 days. Thousands of high-profile athletes, celebrities, politicians, men, women, taxi drivers, housewives, people on the waiting list, donor families, are all going to participate in carrying this. Along with the torch, we need to address a very vital issue, and that is the creation of a national registry. Only a few people, and I say a few, are preventing this from happening. We need the voice of the people as I'm going from community to community. And that's why we're creating a petition so that we can receive an overwhelming support from the public to clearly let it be known that we need a registry now. Stop shuffling our feet. And let's get in the business of saving lives. Now.
The campaign will also raise money for our Olympic athletes. It will span Canada. It will visit 463 communities before it ends in 500 days from today.
Me and doing this and all that, and it's great to hear that, but I'll tell you something, I had 2 days left to live. I wouldn't be around here today unless somebody made that donation, and whatever I had to do, walk across Canada or fly to the moon or whatever, like, it's really great being alive. I wanted people during this walk, I wanted the attention to go to where it was truly deserved. And that was to those people that passed away and made that incredible decision so that my life and 5 others in my case were saved, but in other cases where there's been a tremendous amount of lives saved and a tremendous amount of individuals who have had their lives restored. Eyesight, people can walk again. People had serious skin burns are restored. There's just, it goes on and on and on. These are the people where the attention should be given. These are our true heroes. And the deputy acting mayor, is he still here? Okay. You made the mistake of asking me, well, what can we do? Anything that the council can do, let us know. I want to put you on the spot right now. Okay. What we want to do today is have you bring to council that we recognize today as Michael and Terry's Day on June 20th. And we're hoping that you can bring that to council, and we're hoping that can get passed.
I will do that, yeah.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
And just to that end, George, I would love it if your supporters and the family of plaintiffs can come to council to bring their story to my colleagues and to the public through the power of the television to bring that very important story forward, because it's very powerful and we need to make sure that the entire community hears it.
Very good. And I especially want to thank Debbie, who, she recounted the story how we met on the, after her viewing the website and all that. And I mean, as soon as I heard about that, like automatically, I had goosebumps and all kinds of stuff. And I had, and after talking to Debbie, I found out even after our first talk that Debbie's very persuasive. And she likes to get her way. and I couldn't have it any other way, like for today to honor Michael and all the things that Debbie did in making this a beautiful day today. Somebody quoted that today is a day of love, and that's how we're going to remember today. It's a day of love. There's so many people that took part in this and that, with a passion. We're all trying to do something. We're trying to honor something beautiful that was done, and everybody took their part in it, and it's going great. And I'm hoping that we'll be able to further this message throughout our country, because as you well know, there is about 4,000 people that are presently on the waiting list, and this includes a lot of men, women, and children. A lot of children that are on the waiting list, and those individuals and the families are going through a desperate time. They don't know how much longer their loved ones have, and they're going through a very desperate time. And here's what we can do. As I traveled through Canada, I talked to a lot of people. As a matter of fact, I must have regurgitated my message millions and millions of times over and over and over and over again. And what I found out was two things. First of all, every single person I've talked to, 99.9%, want to donate their organs. And I've talked to millions of people. They want to donate. They have a willingness to do that. They want to do it. And yet, we're suffering as having the lowest rate in our country. There's a lot of organs going to waste. So there's something wrong with this picture. People want to donate their organs. The message is getting out. Sign your card and make sure you express this wish to your family, because the family's going to make the final decision. Something's not happening here, and I think what we seriously need to look at is, what can we do to possibly maybe improve our system? We've been operating under a system called family consent. And it takes a very courageous few that will be able to support at that moment, because as the good doctor described, it is a very difficult moment when you're approaching the family at that moment, and it takes an incredible amount of courage, and it doesn't happen to all the families where they're able to say yes. you know, and as a result, we have organs that are going underground. And that person wanted to donate their organs, and then the family afterwards lived with a lot of anger and regret because they don't get a second shot at it. Plus, we live in a country where Canadians are very busy with their lives. Even though they have the willingness and desire to make this donation, sometimes they don't get around to doing it. They don't get around to signing that card. They don't get around to expressing this wish to their family. The solution is simple. We can do what other countries have been doing, and they've been showing a remarkable success in their countries. They use a system called precious consent. What they did was, after finding out that their country overwhelmingly supported the idea, they registered everybody on a data bank. And those people that didn't want to be on that data bank could take their names off. That way there was no missed opportunities, because what we have to look, we all know what the precious gifts of life is when somebody makes that donation. We know how many in a positive way, how many people are getting affected, lives are getting saved, individuals' tissues are getting restored, families are overjoyed because their loved ones are getting saved, friends of those loved ones are overjoyed because they're getting, you know, one decision saves over, or positively affects over 1,000 people. We know that this works, and it's a cure. People that receive organs are living very healthy lives. They become productive members of society. They are no longer reliant on machines. So we know that this works. Why not maximize the situation? Have a data bank where everybody could be registered. We wouldn't have any missed opportunities. None. We have to maximize this. There's 4,000 people that are on the waiting list, and we can look at it like people on the Twin Towers. I mean, everybody did everything they possibly could to make sure that those people are going to get saved. We have to have that same perception and outlook in our country to make sure that we're doing everything possible to give those 4,000 people a better chance to survive. And that's what we're hoping to do after I finish this one. We're going to be campaigning very hard to try and pass legislation. So we're going to be revisiting all the communities we've gone through. If we have to put a petition together, I'm confident we can get millions of signatures that are going to support this. So, you know, it doesn't stop here. It doesn't stop today. You know, this is something that we have to keep working at, and we have to make sure that Canada's going to rise from the bottom to the top where we belong. And I know that everybody is passionate about this, that came here today, and together we can make a difference. I want to also acknowledge Sean, who came out to be my road manager when I was in Quebec, and I had nobody, and he agreed to come out, and it wasn't, well, I'm not going to say it. When you don't know how to speak French, it's hard, but you know what, we did, Sean did an incredible job coming out there. He did it on behalf of, because he lost his best friend, and I'll tell you, I was with this guy every day, and he put every ounce of his passion and his work towards it. I want to thank Sean for coming out and helping out during that time. Thank you, Sean. And I also want to thank Source of Sports. This is Jennifer Wilson here. She's the assistant marketing person. They've also been helping out as our only corporate sponsor. We pretty well did this on a zero budget, and I guess we can show people that if you just, well, maybe you got to be a little bit insane, but if you just put enough hard work into anything, you can make it happen, even if you've got no dough, you know. And so, but I do want to thank Source of Sports for helping out. And once again, to Debbie, Butch, all the family and all the friends here, thank you for making this a special day for me today. Thank you.